we are very happy to have you join us to talk about how you think we can all cope with the challenges facing us today. I don't want to use post. I was going to say post COVID-19, but it's still on. But everybody's talking about the new normal, how we should adjust our lives to the new realities, if I may call it that. And I'm wondering, sir, what's your view about all of this?
Well, anytime a challenge comes like this, you have to realize that it poses both opportunity and challenges. And we must learn to look at it with the eye of maybe opportunity first before we look at it with the eye of challenges. I think we must learn how to position ourselves whenever challenges like this come. And I would want to say that the first thing to do, I'm going to act as if I'm preaching to you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
A group of businessmen, pastors, leaders across the United States of America had asked me what should they do, and I just put it by way of I crystallized it into like 10 C's.
Okay, sir.
The first C was the C of stay calm. In other words, if you throw yourself into panic, you don't solve any issue. And the true measure of quality leadership is the ability to stay calm in times of crisis. I mean, you, Mr. Kane, they have flown around the world, and you find that when the plane was about to go through turbulence, the pilot did not come on the radio and say, ladies and gentlemen, we're in trouble. Oh, we're about to go into turbulence. If he does that, half of the people in that plane will be going to toilet. But the captain will come on and he will speak like, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go through a turbulence, nothing to worry about. It's one of those things. The plane has been built to handle such a thing, and within a short time we'll be out of it. First of all, in a season like this, we need to learn the power of calmness, emotional self-control, because your response can help or make matters worse. Some people in panic can even destroy things in the future. Whereas if you can learn to be calm, it is in your calmness that you begin to find the right answer, self-control, learning to keep your temper, keeping your emotion, managing where you are going, what you are going through. Then number 2C, I'm just going to go through 3 or 4, then I'll let you talk. Number 2C is after the calmness, be ready for the change. You've got to realize our world has changed, but not everybody knows how to handle change. A man called Howard Hendricks, he analyzed 5 kinds of attitude to change. He said, number 1, there are those who, when there is a need for change, they are early innovators. And they are only 2% of our world. Would you believe that during this pandemic, because some people adapted to change, they are really making progress in the middle of the crisis? Number 2 is not only early innovators, number 2 are early adapters. These are people who, they know COVID-19 is here. They have to adjust, so they change. That is only 13%. The third category are slow majority who just follow the crowd. They say we should use face mask. We have no choice. What can we do? They are the slow majority. That group is about 34%. Then there is the reluctant majority who get on board much later. Those ones also are 34%. But then you have an antagonistic group who never like to change. They find a conspiracy behind everything. Those ones are like 16%, and they always like the old. And unfortunately, if you are a Nigerian and you are watching me and you are listening, if you think COVID-19 is a joke, it's not at all a joke. But in the middle of a crisis, you can learn to move forward with your life. You can learn to make changes. You can learn to be a better person. You can have you can do the things that help you. One of the things a person must know is if you want to manage change, have early warning systems that help you. Audit your own life. Challenge your assumptions. Challenge your assumptions in the sense that some people think, okay, because of this COVID-19, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my business. I'm going to lose my money. No, that's as an assumption. It might even be that during this period that a gifting you had will become even more manifest. So then build emergency control systems into whatever you are doing and manage systematically. For example, if you wanted to do this interview, you will have been waiting for me to be in Nigeria, and usually I drag you to a Keja golf course.
Of course.
But look what technology has done. Somebody thought ahead that one day timely technology will help us. Do you know that the person who invented Zoom, which helps people to hold meetings without being on the same spot, during this COVID-19, they made an additional $3.5 billion in income for just creating a simple software that allows people to hold global meetings. Did you know that during this period, the people who make you watch films, or their name just went off my head right now. Netflix made $5.5 billion in the first 3 months of COVID-19 because they added 15.5 million customers. So while somebody is screaming and crying, oh my God, what kind of disease is this? COVID-19 have come to destroy the world. Somebody is strategizing. So what do you do when I say change? Rethink your strategy. Rethink your structure. Rethink your value chain as a company. Rethink your partnerships. Who am I going to network with now? Rethink your sustainable approaches. There are some approaches that were not sustainable before. And don't go through regular routine management. In fact, rethink your staffing. Did you know that COVID-19 made some companies to realize that, wait a minute, so we've been carrying so many staff that we never needed. You mean we could operate, we could be around, we could be making profits while people are seated at their home? So that is why you find that when the lockdown is over, the reality is some people are likely to lose their jobs because the company just suddenly discovered that they never needed them. They were just excess luggage. So you must be calm, number one. Then number two, you must start to prepare yourself for change. I'll stop there, and unless you want me to go on.
Yes, go on, sir. Go on, sir.
Number three, you must be confident. What do I mean by confidence? You see, the coronavirus pandemic is here. It is taking lives. It's a devastating thing. But you need to be confident enough to do things that have never been done before. Do things that have never been done before. For example, city people may need to drive some people to his website and say, oh, you want the fuller story of what we interviewed Pastor Matthew about? Come to our website. And as people came, you also said to people who are buying airtime, please put your advert on what we are doing. So that way, city people have gone beyond the tabloid. It has become something we can engage with as a virtual soft copy magazine. So we need confidence to make decisions. You need to be able to have confidence to take steps. And when you are doing this, people who are with you, who are regular, who don't like the change, like I mentioned earlier, would resist. Because one of the challenges of Nigerians is that because they've been trained in one-way system, they do not know how to adjust and realize that, look, this is the new normal. This is the new normal. In fact, I just finished a meeting by exactly 4 o'clock with the minister in charge of religion in the United Kingdom, because the prime minister was engaging some of us through them to get our input before the open churches. And in the new normal, church in the UK will not be as it used to be. But you find that because they are approaching it scientifically, they are approaching it sociologically, they are also approaching it relationally. There's no open, close. We just show a haphazard approach. As after such a quiet time of really consulting with many people, they now gave us a date. They did not announce until today, and even announcing today, church is not opening until July 4th. So there has to be confidence in what you're doing. Then number 4 is communication. When in this new normal, we will need to realize that we need to own and communicate with people. Many people in Nigeria, particularly my generation, I don't want to say your generation, particularly my generation, are so stuck on the old newspaper, or okay, now with telephone. But things have changed. The largest, Nigeria, 65 million Nigerians are under 25. They don't open newspaper. They don't even watch TV per se. They are forever on Instagram, forever on Snapchat. They are on TikTok. They are on Facebook. Well, Facebook have become Irua Ogiriwa. So that generation have moved to Snapchat. They've moved to TikTok. They've moved to Instagram. We need to be able to create communication system that reaches them. So in the new normal, good leadership should be able to think that way. Unfortunately, I just feel worried when I see the way some of our old people do things. The next C is collaboration. The next C is collaboration. Collaboration in the sense that for city people to make greater impact, it may need to collaborate with others, collaborate with its employees, engage many minds, reduce the rumor mill, be poised and positive with what it is doing. When there is collaboration, then you find that what you know, I don't know. What I know, you don't know. But when you brought all together, it worked for you. That is the power of collaboration. The next C is, in the new normal, you must recognize the power of community. We are not operating in isolation anymore. The world has become a global village. Look now, you just went online, and in a microsecond, we are connected. And in fact, it's going to be faster as other telephonic capacities are increased. I know there's a lot of argument in Nigeria about 5G, but that one has come to stay. And 5G is even much faster than what you and I are using right now. So create community. Be present at this present time. City people, be present. Any company that is connected with us today, be present at this current time. Let the world know about what you are doing. Let them hear. Somebody wants to engage Nigeria in business. They are thinking of where to advertise. They shouldn't have a problem. We have become part of a massive global village. In fact, as I sat before this meeting, what the Prime Minister said by 1 or 2 o'clock in Parliament, I was so impressed to see that one of Nigerian newspapers have quickly reported it. Oh, the Prime Minister of Britain have just said they are reducing from 2 meters to 1 meter. Amazing. You see, because the world has become a small village, it is now a community. So we need to take advantage of that community mindset, create a solution team in everything we are doing, create community, create system. In the new normal also, the next C, and this one is going to be a long one, is courage. We have to be courageous. This is so necessary. Courage to push forward, to experience great things in the middle of the pandemic. Courage to initiate new visions, new dreams. Courage to go against the flow when people say it's not possible, to make it happen. Courage to look at the atmosphere and see that, okay, with this challenge on ground, what will Nigeria need? For example, courage to start agriculture. Did you? Okay, I'm a member of the 21 member committee on palliatives for Osun State. Maybe I'm the smallest member there. Our chairman is Baba Deboye. We have the Ashimolowo of Muslims for Osun State, Ashimolowo Tunde Badmus. We have all the ex-governors of Osun State. We have some of the ex-deputy governors. We have 2 senators. We have the former Speaker, House of Reps, Honorable Patricia Ete. You find that when we wanted to put palliatives together for the indigents of Osun, somebody, for example, suggested that all this rice, pasta, noodles, our mamas, our old women don't eat these, they need gari. Can you believe that just 2 companies in Osun got the contract from us to supply 35 million naira of gari?
35 million naira.
35 million naira of gari. So somebody is in Lagos putting on his suit and tie, looking for a job. His father has 500 acres where he could have planted cassava. You know, so we need people to become courageous, to do the unusual, to wake up. I mean, it is almost an oxymoron, a contradiction, to realize that all the food eaten now in the South is grown in the North. It's a contradiction. It's a contradiction. Just bring a world map. Nigeria, across West Africa to Central Africa is where you have rainforest in Africa. They don't grow food there. It is in northern Nigeria where the moment you reach Abuja and you start to drive up north, all you see is savannah. And yet they are the ones growing rice, tomatoes in mile 12, the pepper in mile 12 is grown in the north. Okay, let's say, somebody will argue and say, the government gives them all the fertilizer. If they don't give you, go and buy. Young man, 2, 3, 4 young men, be courageous, start a farm. Mr. Kende, can you believe that the stalk of a banana tree is only 1,500 naira? And within a short time, the same stalk will grow like 2, and you can sell it 10,000. Mr. Kende, can you believe that a palm tree, which you buy from Nigeria Institute for Oil Palm Research, NIFO, only costs 150 naira? I have a farm in my village in Odiomu, Osun State. I have 2,500 palm trees standing. It has taken 4 or 5 years. And now we are producing oil. 150 naira when I bought it. I'm sure at the moment it cannot be more than 250 naira. Then you hire the staff to take care of it. In its baby days, you create a mesh around it because grass cutters eat the seedling under it, the root. But once it grows, it is over. 2,500 palm trees standing in my village. Whereas I'm sure you watch those Nollywood, you see in some village in Asia, Maobiato, 2 people are killing themselves because they've gone to harvest the palm nut on 1 palm tree. Many people do not realize that with 2 to 5 million naira, you can start a viable palm tree farm. With 2 to 5 million naira, you can start an awesome plantain farm. Be courageous. This is the new normal. Do not, when I went to preach in Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, I noticed something. 3/4 of the people in church came in pickup trucks. And I wonder, and you, my Jenny, you are driving pickup truck. I hear a Mercedes. I don't say, So we wondered, why do you have pickup truck? They said because weekends they are in their farms. People who work for government have a 200-acre farm somewhere. They are growing cucumbers. They are growing cauliflower. They are growing all the food. They bring it back to town. So they don't depend on salary.